Welcome to the evening session. We have a small change, so we will have firstly Mr. Fabio Greco online, who will speak to us about the enhancement of the underwater cultural heritage through technological innovation, case study Campi Flegrei Diving Center. And at the end of the presentation, we will receive questions. Okay? Is that okay for you? Is that okay for you? You have the time for questions. Fabio?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Let's go. You can present now, you can share.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I am Fabio Greco. I am a researcher and I teach management at the University Federico II of Naples. Today I present this work on the valorization of submerged cultural heritage born from the collaboration between Federico II of Naples and the Diving Center of Archaeological Park of Baia.
Hear you at all.
Your microphone is closed. Yes.
I would like to introduce the topic by discussing how, in the field of cultural heritage valorization, the specific issue of the submerged cultural heritage is too often overlooked. We can speak about submerged heritage in the true sense of the word, because it actually captures still little attention, both from practitioners who don't leverage it, for example, for tourism development, and from scholars who study it less or in different way compared to the largest context of cultural heritage. We define as submerged not because it is completely ignored, but because it is managed and studied just apart, incorporated in the larger framework of cultural heritage valorization, without it receiving the specific attention that it deserves. Change the slide, please. Well, the literature on the topic is really emblematic compared what I have just introduced. We have evidences about how studies have incorporated the topic of submerged heritage to that of cultural heritage in general. For example, Nunes and Roders focus on exploring what are the best ways to integrate the underwater heritage in general cultural attraction, offering to develop the appeal of cultural attraction in general. There are also important contributions that focus on how innovation and new technologies can be considered enablers from this integration between underwater heritage and general cultural heritage offering. However, the gap of the literature concern in the fact that there is still little attention on the submerged heritage in itself, considering it also alone, independently from the general cultural heritage, like a potential for tourism, attraction, and a level of opportunities in this market. Change the slide, please. The aim of this, can I continue?
Yes, of course.
Okay, the aim of this ongoing work is to investigate underwater heritage as a potential standalone attraction, exploring how new enabling technologies can create the opportunity to expand the visitor market. So, the research question of our work in progress research is what enabling technologies can contribute to the enhancement of underwater cultural heritage. If you change the slide, we arrive at the methodology. The methodology we choose to achieve these objectives is qualitative in nature. We use a case study method, that is the case study of Campi Flegrei Diving Center of archaeological park of Baia Naples. We thought it would be useful to divide the exploration of this case study into three steps, how you can see. In the first step, we asked the team from the diving center to create a business model canvas to describe their business activities. In the second step, we identified the most strategic variables and key actors from the content analysis of what emerged from the business model canvas building. And at the end, in the third step, after identifying the most relevant variables and actors from the case study, we will conduct, because this is a work in progress research, we will conduct a semi-structured interview that will be driven through these preliminary results. It's clear that for the case studies company, customer relationship, communication channel with them, and the feedback are essential. So the interviews we are developing in these days aim to assess the current visitor customer satisfaction in relation to the perceived quality of the technology that diving center use at the moment, and the importance of this technology in relation to their overall experience as visitors. We can already anticipate that the interviews are set up following the course of what in literature is called the visitor's customer journey. Therefore, we have identified all the touch points before, during, and after the visit between the visitors and the diving center. And finally, the interview question will follow step by step this touch point along the visitor journey. We can provide some preliminary findings. If you change the slide, I can show you something. The findings are sure only preliminary and expected due to the status ongoing of this research. The first evidence concerns the current technologies used by the diving center in the Baia underwater park to enhance the submerged heritage. The main technology used is the series GitHub, named diving in the past, where using virtual reality and augmented reality user through this technology can access at a 3D reconstruction of the statue of Claudius, for example. Using the series game is a little bit like doing a fruit dive. For remote users is useful for example, education or for presentation at fairs or in classrooms. But first of all, this technology permits visitors after completing the actual dive to see the statue, for example, reconstruction in 3D, showing how it was originally looked. We can provide some discussion too, if you can change the slide, please. Yes, one more. This is this is a graphic representation of technology used inside the serious game in the archaeological diving park in Baia. If you change the slide, we arrive at some discussion where at the moment can be only partial. Course based on the canvas designed by Diving Center. We can hypothesize that use of technology impact the cultural visitor satisfaction. With this research still remain robust limitations, sure. For example, its resilience on the feedback from a single case study, which may not fully represent border trends. And also, when study will be concluded, the author must treat the results of the interview only as preliminary evidence to expand the other submerging attraction in Italy together this case study, to obtain a study with data empirically more representative. Well, thank you for the attention. If there are some questions, I have the pleasure to respond. Christina is inside with me, the manager of diving of the case study analyzed. So if also Christina would like to respond to some questions.
Is there any question here or online? We don't have any question in the chat. May I ask you, which of these technologies you think are the less used for the moment for underwater cultural heritage? And
The main technology used, you mean? Okay. I asked if Christina want to introduce something. Okay, thank you.
Now you can use serious game. You can download with an app on your mobile, and you can see after the visit or before, as you prefer, the reconstruction in 3D directly on your mobile. There are also other technologies that can be used on request, like a tablet underwater. So it's a virtual tour with your tablet, and so you can see the reconstruction directly during the visit.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.